If you need to blur a specific part of a video in the CapCut desktop app, you're in the right place. I'm going to show you a bunch of cool tips and tricks that you can use to implement and make your videos a whole lot better. So let's go. So we start our journey right over here where we can have a video in our main track or our timeline. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to select this video. And after we've selected the video, you'll have some additional options on the right-hand side of the video. Now, what we want to do is we want to create a duplicate of this clip so that we can add a blur effect on one of them. So what we're going to do is we're going to use Control C and then Control V to copy and then paste this video on the timeline. So there we go. Now we have a duplicate, okay? And what we're going to do is we're going to go up to the top left-hand side and you're going to look for Effects. Right in the top, you'll have a search bar, and we want to search for blur. Now, there's a bunch of different blur effects that you can use, but what we want to go ahead and do is actually use the very first one. It's a most basic blur, and we're going to click down and we're going to drag it to the very top video over here. And the reason we're clicking down and dragging it and putting it onto that video is because we're embedding it onto that video clip and not putting it onto our entire project. Now that it's embedded, we can go ahead and change the blur intensity on the right-hand side. So I would like to go ahead and put it on 20. And what we can do now is click away from the blur effect by clicking anywhere else on this clip. Now, once we've done so, we have the blur effect. So we're going to go over to the right-hand side and we're going to look for mask. Now, once you've clicked on mask, you have a bunch of different options in terms of what shape mask you want to add here. And a mask is basically the ability to crop your special effects that you've added on. And in this case, the blur. So let's go ahead and use a circle. So as you can see now, only what's in the circle will be blurred. Now, let's say we want to change that and only whatever is outside of the circle must be blurred. On the top over here on the right hand side, there's a reverse. So you can just go ahead and click it. And you can see that it changes which part of the video clip is blurred. So what I'm going to do here is actually resize this and put it over the subject's face in the video. Now, this effect can be used for maybe blurring out number plates of vehicles that are moving in your video or people's faces that are moving in your video. So we're going to go over now and we are going to create a keyframe, which is just on the right hand side of the screen. So once we add the keyframe, we're going to go ahead and push play and pause when the subject's face has moved. Another way of doing this is scrubbing to the right with your right arrow key until you've selected the point where the face has moved enough. Now, he's currently having his face outside of our blurred circle. So what we're going to do is we're going to move that circle to where we want it. And we're going to create another keyframe. We're going to continue to do this throughout our entire video clip so that we can blur his face. Now, of course, the more keyframes you put in here, the more accurate it will be. However, the longer it will take for you to do this. And this is now the result of our works. So there is a slight delay in the actual playback, but for now, this is basically what it looks like. And this is how you can add that blur effect and have it only on a part of a video. Now, you don't have to use the motion or the keyframes. You can literally just go ahead and perhaps use a rectangle. And you can take this and you can resize it. And you can move it to where you need it to be. And this is how your video will play out. If this was an awesome guide, drop us a like, leave your comments down below, share it with a friend, and we'll see you next time, folks. Peace out, creators.